here a few weeks ago, and I was like, dude, you gotta come back and do a longer set. He's here all the way from Oshawa. Put your hands together for Evan!
How's it going? I'm Michael Sarah. Good to be here. Yeah, I am from Oshawa, but I know what I look like. I look like I do drugs, I act like I do drugs, I talk like I do drugs. I don't do drugs. I'm literally just from Oshawa. That's just what we look like. Yeah. I don't know. I know what I look like. I look very young. I'm almost 30, and like back in the day, I got to meet Rob Ford. Are we Rob Ford fans here? Yeah, that's the response I was looking for. Yeah. Rob Ford was a cool guy. Cause I met him at a party. You know, so I went up to him and I was like, "Hey, Mr. Mayor," and he handed me this key, and I was like, "Is this the key to the city?" And he was like, "That's better." Exactly. What? Different dog. I mean, different Ford. Yeah. I met Rob, the one that. Yeah, Rob. Yeah. Doug keeps his drugs under wrap. Yeah. What? Yeah, there was not. No, I met him. I like that I'm trying to do crowd work with this old man who's kind of just on stage with me. This is nice. This is good. I don't know. I didn't have I'm not a very manly guy, you know? Like Miss, you obviously work in like registers and stuff. Like I used to work at No Frills. So like when you knew when you yelled out the code, I was like, "Bananas 4011." You know, like I worked so many minimum wage jobs. It was terrible. Like I would go to sleep and I would hear the Burger King beeps of a deep fryer just wake me up in the middle of the night. Like, it's burning. You know, I have PTSD for minimum wage. You know, like I've had every minimum wage job. You know, I was a shawarma chef. I was their diversity hire. I worked at Mr. Sub, diversity hire, you know, and Burger King actually. That was a disability hire. Not even that disabled. Yeah. I am taking antidepressants. You know, anyone here taking antidepressants? Dopamine? No? All right. Something we don't have? Yeah. All right. I don't know. I take antidepressants, but like I don't know what I'm taking because all medicine has really long names, you know, like Alazaplan, Bleed-a-Bloop, and like Adrenochrome, Bleed-a-Blop, and like Moderna, you know. It's like I don't know what I'm taking, but like I will say, being on antidepressants, sexually I can still get it up, but I can't finish. I probably shouldn't do that when I say finish, right? No, it does feel like a superpower though, you know, like, cause I'm a young little buck, you know, so like, anytime I'm with a lady and you're going 30 minutes in and they start to ask questions. I know, right? And, like, how long can you guys, is this adrenochrome, bleed-a-blop, and adrenochrome, You'll write it down? Okay, because I will say, it keeps you going, but after a while she starts asking questions, you know? She's like, "What, are you gay?" And I'm like, "No, maybe," you know? And then she's like, "Well," and I'm like, "I'm just sad." And then she's like, oh, okay, you're stressed and sad from work." I'm like, "No, unemployed." And she's like, "Wow, that's a sadder punchline, right? That's not a great punchline." I do like sad music though. I like fun, like dad rock. Do you guys like dad rock? You know, like that? Yeah. Well, maybe not. Yeah, you're kind of older now, man. Like you're grandpa rock. I'm sorry. You know, you're like Bob Dylan and U2. You know, I'm the divorced dad rock, where it's like we had like 3 Days Grace or like 3 Doors Down or any band with a 3 really. You know. Well, all right, she wanted it. She got excited for dad rock. She's like, "I gotta yell it out," you know. And I like divorced dad rock. Any divorced dads here? Okay, no, all right. I thought maybe with age, you know. But I like divorced dad rock a lot because anytime like I was at a 3 Days Grace concert recently, and I got in the mosh pit, and being in a mosh pit with divorced dads is great. Because they're just taking out their anger, you know? They're just like, "Yeah, I'll never see my son again. You know? She calls him Dad." You know? And 3 Days Grace is playing my favorite song, where it goes, "I hate everything about," and then all I heard was women's names. Carol, Cheryl, Mary, Taylor, a wave of divorced dads just taking out the anger, you know? Karen, why do I love you? You know, yeah. I'm pretty theatrical, you know? I don't know. What did you used to do for a living? Engineering. See, that's a cashier engineer. Look at that. That's nice. You know, I'm a cashier janitor. Yeah. See how much like engineering guy? He's like engineering lady in the back. Whoa! And I'm like, I'm a janitor, and everyone's like, clean up shit. You know? Yeah. I don't know. Like, okay, being an engineer, how many dicks did you see? How many dicks did you see being an engineer? And I mean like full hanging, swinging, you know. This is too long of an answer, by the way. You should go to HR. Your retirement must have been amazing. They're like, gotta pay him off. You've seen too much. You've seen too much. You know? Yeah, I'm just saying, because when I was a janitor, I saw over 1,000. You know? It was one too many. It was one too many dicks. You know, it was a lot. It was so many that they should have mentioned it in the interview. You know? They should have sat you down and been like, all right, do you know how to use Wemmis? I'm like, I know how to use Wemmis. All right, you know how to use bleach? I know how to clean with bleach because you have 1,000 dicks. I'm like, minimum wage, let's do it. All right, you know? I didn't know how to wake up, you know? 5 in the morning, just be like, all right, 1,000. Like, you don't know how to prepare for that, you know? Like, I'd be okay if it was like a dick a day. A dick a day would be fine. 1 dick a day, that's fine. Like, cashier engineer, how much dicks do you see a day? No idea. See, that's a healthy amount of dicks to see. She's probably sane. She's good in the head, you know. I'm psychotic. I'm from Oshawa. I'm a vegan, you know. I don't know. That's why I look ill. I'm a vegan. Yeah.
No, I didn't see many in that career. Or in the cashier career.
I'm giving her PTSD about dick. This is good. I hope you didn't see a lot when you were at No Frills. Just be like, I'll buy this carrot. And you're like, no, put that away. You know, just a tip.
Carrot.
I don't know. I'm also a drag queen. Yeah. I like saying that. Like I like talking about being a drag queen because you get 2 responses. You get her, white woman in the back, woo, the part, yes. And then you get like the angry guy that's like, you better about town, don't beat up my kids. You know, it's scary sometimes. I'm from Oshawa, so a lot of times you can tell where it's at, you know? And being a vegan drag queen, you're all types of gay. So you're all, you know, you'll get tough guys coming up to you and being like, so what, you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? Just because you're a fucking vegan? I'm like, no, I'm better than you because I don't do blow up. I give Tinker toys. I did that joke in the schwa recently. I didn't laugh so hard, Tinker toy fell out of his pocket. Man, swear to God. I am a drag queen now, and my name was Wednesday Adam's Apple. And I had to wear heels. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Do women wear heels? Do you got heels on? Wear heels? You got a little bit of a heel. Yeah, why are you wearing heels? Because you're too short. See, nothing about comfort, you know? These are waterproof skate shoes. I can bend in them. They're fun. I can move around, you know? I broke my back. I found the higher the heel is, the more I can walk, you know? I'm better with a 12-inch than a 6-inch, you know? You can take how much inch can you take on your heel? You know, like, it's intense, you know, because I was wobbly, and there was a drag queen teaching me how to be a queen, and I was wobbly, you know, I was all doing this shit, and I was like, oh boy, she was calling me a horse, you know, she's like, put him in a stable, I'm like, it's anything but stable, I'm like a baby horse on train, oh boy, like a Muppet on ice, you know, and then finally, she kept calling me a horse, and I'm like, what's wrong with horses? You know, they're just like drag queens. You know, they're elegant, they're beautiful, and I kind of want to ride you, but I don't know how. Alright guys, that's my time. I'll leave you with this. This is my impression of a cool baby. Oh, yeah!